Welcome back to Politics 2015. Dave Barry along with our Mayor Lynn Hall. Lynn, let's change the topic now, and everyone's talking about the Canada Winter Games coming up in, a month and a half, really.
Yeah.
Exciting time. It's been a long time in coming, hasn't it?
Unbelievably long time. It's one of those things when it's announced, you think, oh, we've got so much time to get ready for it, and here it is. You know, I'm not as good as Stu Ballantyne. I can't say it's 60 days or 59 days, but we're close.
We are close, and it looks like all the facilities are complete, and I guess they're probably just touching up paint and that type of thing now.
Yeah, Stu and his team and the board have done an unbelievable job, Dave, and they are ready. But we need snow.
We do need snow.
We need snow and we need cold weather. But back to the work that they've done, I think that they're just now at the point where let's just get started. They're anxious.
You weren't on City Council at the time the games were bid for, or when the games were awarded.
Yeah.
But you were also involved, though, from a school point of view, because you were still the chair of the school district.
Yeah, I was.
So what did you see, when you look back, what did you see as the opportunities way back then, as opposed to now, the opportunities with the games only weeks away?
Well, when I was on the school board, I saw it purely as an opportunity for us to showcase our city. And I thought by showcasing Prince George nationally, that would open up the doors for us. That's what I viewed it as when I was chair of the school district. And we were elated that facilities like Dutchess Park could be showcased nationally because it is a showcase school. So that's really my view when I was on the school board.
Right. Now, as the mayor of the city, with the games this close, what opportunities do you see the games opening up for the city?
Well, I think the games themselves are going to provide us with, and you know, the figures have been out there, around $70 million worth of revenue within the community for those couple of weeks. I think it puts us on the stage still nationally, which I think is going to provide us with some huge economic impact over the next decade or 15 or 20 years. I think there's a legacy piece that is so important to the city, and that legacy committee are doing a tremendous amount of work. So those are, I think, sort of three more things that I see added to our potential with the games. But I think really the bottom line, Dave, for me is that national exposure is going to generate, I think, a considerable amount of interest, not only from the tourism business, but from an opportunity for us to reap the benefits economically, and people identifying Prince George as a place to do business, a place to set up their business, whether that's a mom and pop business, a commercial business, chain stores, industry, commercial business. I think it's going to really add to our opportunities.
Have you seen signs of that?
Yeah, you know, we've seen developers in my short time. I've met with three over the last couple of weeks who really recognize Prince George as a bit of a hidden gem, and they didn't realize the opportunity here. And the three of them will specifically speak about our location in the center of the province and as a real hub, both commercial and industrially, to the northern part of the province and what's going on in the north. So that was pretty heartening for me.
So the games will be here in February.
Yeah.
In March, the games will come to a conclusion. But how do we ensure that, and you were just talking about the Legacy Committee, but how do we ensure that we continue to reap the benefits of this huge investment that has gone into the games?
Well, I think we just continue to promote it, and that promotion is going to have to be through not only the Chamber, but IPG, Tourism Prince George, the City of Prince George, City Council. We all need to play a role and be connected in how we continue to promote Prince George and build on the legacy of the games. That's going to be the important piece. We just continue to keep Prince George in the forefront. And I know from experience that many organizations who have had games, whether it's a provincial game or a Western Canadian game, that just tends to continue to build, and you need to maintain that momentum.
Right.
So it's important.
City of Kamloops hosted the Canada Summer Games some years ago, and then Grand Prairie had the Canada Winter Games relatively a few years ago. And both of those mayors over that period of time recalled those games as being turning points in that city's history. Could that happen here?
I think it will happen here. I agree completely that this is a turning point, but it's even more than that because we've got so much other So many other things going on over 2015, Dave, that, you know, it's really a historic point in time for Prince George, not just a turning point. It's a huge year for us. It's a year for us to really take advantage of a lot of things going on in the city.
Well, we'll talk about the 100th anniversary a little later on, but I would like to talk about the legacy that we don't want, and that is debt
Yep.
and any other problems that may occur. Is there any concern on your part about whether or not City Council or city taxpayers will be on the hook?
No, I feel very comfortable that Stu and his team have done the job that they told us they would do. We got a report, the previous council received a report back in, I think it was October, November, before the election, and they were very close to meeting their target, fundraising target. So I have no concerns. We've been assured by Stu and the board that they are meeting their financial expectations. We have representation around the table. If there was a concern, it would be brought to us. But at this point, I have no concerns, and I think that every commitment that they made a couple of councils ago, they've met the target.
Now, a little bit of off topic, I suppose, is the Delta Hotel, and there is some. Is the city at risk at all with the state of that hotel right now?
No risk.
There's no risk
No.
for the city. I know that it was hoped that the hotel would be ready in time for the games, but obviously it's
No.
There was a clause though of some sort that allowed the city to be able to purchase that from the developer over a course of period of time, and that clause expires in 2015. Is there any sign from the city that that project, I suppose the support for the project is withering away from the city's point of view?
No, I still feel good about that project, and you know, it's up to the developers now to do whatever they have to do to get that project off the ground. It's a great location, and we desperately need that hotel there. We would have loved to have had that hotel for the games because, as you know, we're accommodation tight right now, and so to have that extra room space would have been a real advantage.
Okay, we'll take a quick break and we'll come back and talk about the 100th anniversary of the city when Politics 2015 continues.